regarding Saturday's game, the guys competed, battled, had a couple opportunities. Obviously, the 17 points off of our turnovers that South Carolina got, and then 17 points off of their second chances was a difference in the game. But our guys fought, played their rear ends off, and we had some chances. We just, as good as our defense has been, we've been really good defensively if you look at our numbers. First in the country in shot blocking, fourth in the country in field goal percentage defense. Been really good on three-point percentage defense. One of the best in the country getting to the free throw line. We have not been really good at field goal percentage offense, which is, has hurt us. We're not scoring the ball real well from twos, and especially over the last 5-6 games, we've actually shot better from three than we have from twos in some of those games. So that's just something that we've got to correct and get better from 2 points from field goal range, with the ability still to hold true to our defensive principles and making sure that we're guarding at the percentages and holding teams to the percentage that we need to hold them to. Regarding Shaq Goodwin, there will be a disciplinary consequence for what he did on Saturday. I had talked to Frank Martin personally, and I called him on Sunday and apologized to him for Shaq doing that. But what will happen, I'll get with Tom Bowen and Mark Allnut, my two bosses, and we'll come up with a disciplinary action from there. Regarding Nicholls State, we get quick turnaround. I gave the guys off yesterday, so we got 1 day to prepare, and we'll get to it today. They run some good stuff. It's a team that we've got to play with great energy. We've got to be ready to go from the jump, and they run some good stuff. They run a lot of different continuity. They've got a couple guys that can play multiple positions, that can play 1 through the 5, so they can give us some hard matchups at times. So we'll really have to get down and defend, and if we want to have an opportunity to win the game tomorrow night.
Coach, in regards to Shaq, does the American Athletic Conference have any jurisdiction over suspensions or things of that nature? Again, I don't want to say things I shouldn't say, so I'd rather leave that to anything with that. Leave that to the American and to Tom Bowen. But I do know that Tom Bowen runs the Memphis athletic program, not the American Conference.
Go ahead.
Ladies first.
I.S. Avery, if there was one thing you could put your finger on what this team needs to do as it heads forward, he said, play 40 minutes. What is it going to take to get to that point? I mean, obviously you're.
Well, no, I mean, listen, we should have won the game versus Oklahoma. Should have won the game. Missed free throws. Should have won the game. We had a horrible first half versus Texas Arlington. Horrible first half. And a horrible first half versus Ole Miss. And then South Carolina, I thought, we had some opportunities to win the game. Like I said before, if they're shooting the free throw line 60-some-odd times, we should have been there at least 50. So, but that being said, we're at 9-4. We could easily be 10-3, 11-2. And I love the fight with this team and how hard we play and the tenacity. We just got to be able to, and I love our defensive principles. Right now, we got to be able to score the ball a little bit better from the field. I mean, we're thankfully from our free throw shooting has saved us, both getting to the line and making free throws. But we've got to shoot better from the field. We have to. Besides the two halves, pretty much from UT Arlington, Ole Miss, it wasn't that we didn't play hard. We just got punched in the mouth. It was just a weird game, and you got to give Ole Miss credit. Besides that first half versus Arlington, our guys have laid it on the floor. We haven't always played great, but they've laid it on the floor. And we just got to, we're close. like I said, I really do like this team. I love this team. I think we have a chance we can reel off a lot of victories. Now, we got to just focus one game at a time, but we also can, if we don't make shots, we could put ourselves in a position where it becomes possession games, and if you don't score enough, obviously, or not make enough from twos, and you can have L's as well too. But we're very capable if we can just get over that hump. I think of increasing our field goal percentage with maintaining our defensive numbers. We can win a lot of games.
Why has the ball stopped from zipping around this year?
I don't think it's as moved as well as I've called it, like hot potato type. We're just moving, and but part of it is we've also missed a lot of short shots, so it looks like it hasn't moved as well. But because we've missed a lot of short shots, and part of our poor starts at the beginning of the year has been based on our short shots that we've missed. We've missed a lot of paint shots, and that's been an issue of that. And so I think if you see the ball going through a little more, it's got stagnant here and there a little bit. But sometimes we've also had to try to get back into doing a little more half court to try to get the ball into areas to give us an opportunity to score the ball. Because we just have not shot it well enough from twos, and at one point we weren't shooting well enough from threes. We've been much better from three, as I mentioned. So we just got to get back to – we got to score better from 2-point range. And we still are at our best when we play with great pace, and we need to move the ball. But we're missing some short shots, and we missed a lot of layups in South Carolina game. I mean, we missed – if you go back and look at it, there was 6 point-blank layups that we missed that you just, you can't get a better look than those. We just got to make them. And we've missed a lot of layups, short layups this year.
It's not a deal where you feel like maybe individuals are trying to do a little too much on their own.
No, I mean, look, there's some guys who are young who takes a little time and to understand, but I don't feel that whatsoever. I think at one point there, right, Bill, we were at 60-some-odd% of our made field goals assisted. So I think all up to the Tulane game. And last game we were, 9 assists on 18 made field goals. So I think up to the Tulane game we were at 60% of our field goals were assisted. So that's that's a good status. That's been important to me. So it's not as much as ball stopping. It's just we missed a lot of short shots. Paint shots. We missed a lot of paint shots.
Is Diedrich healthier? Where is he?
I hope he's healthier. I mean, we need a healthy Diedrich. I mean, he wasn't the first time he did anything was Saturday. He didn't do anything since the IUPUI game. He played 19 minutes in IUPUI, and the first time he did anything on the floor was Saturday. So it was a while for him. He'll practice today, and hopefully the more, with him, he needs as much practice and rhythm, the grind to get after it. That's important for him. So hopefully today he's full go, which I'm planning on, and ready to go.
With Sam, you guys brought him on here. What's the realistic expectations for him? Can he contribute?
Well, he got here, they had the bowl game on Wednesday, so he was here Thursday, Friday. I mean, he doesn't know the plays, and it's hard to tell just yet. But we got to get him ready because, when we got to give some of those guys a break, whether it's Ricky or Jeremiah, we have to look at, at our point guard options. So we got to get Sam ready to the best of our ability to get him ready to at least understand some of the concepts and also get into basketball shape. But one thing I do know on Sam is he's a winner. He won in high school, won a state championship, and the guy's tough and hard nosed. So he's similar to Jeremiah in that way that he's just he's a tough, hard nosed guy, and he was a natural point. He played point guard naturally in high school.
Were you ever close to calling his number Saturday with the fouls, with the situation, or no? Was he not ready for it?
We were in such a weird spot with the fouls. I've never been in a game where 5 guys fouled out. So that was new. Was I close? I mean, Jeremiah and Ricky weren't as much in foul trouble. Now Ricky got to 4. So I don't know. I mean, if that happened, I mean, you still had Avery there. You could have slid over. If it got to that point, but if it had to get to overtime, he might have to get ready to go.